With new skyscrapers, megaprojects, and extensive renewable energy ventures, Australia is currently in an investment craze. One example of this is the proposal to construct an extensive solar farm with the capacity to transmit electricity over a distance of 4,000 kilometers beneath the sea to Singapore. These projects sound promising, but some of them are experiencing some challenges. That being said, let's delve into Australia's top 10 largest construction projects and their current status. Number 10. STHBNK. Known as Australia's most iconic project, STHBNK is poised to claim the title of the tallest skyscraper in the Southern Hemisphere. Named after the Melbourne suburb, it is strategically situated adjacent to the Central Business District to the north and the Arts Precinct to the east. STHBNK aspires to be Australia's inaugural 5-minute vertical city, essentially a self-contained mini metropolis in the sky equipped with virtually all the necessities for its residents. In 2020, the Victorian government expedited the approval process for the towers to stimulate the state's construction industry. With an estimated cost of $1.3 billion, the project is anticipated to generate almost 5,000 jobs, and within 5 years, these new additions to Melbourne's skyline should be ready for unveiling. The anticipation is high to witness the visual spectacle of the green terraces and parks. Number 9. Square Kilometre Array. The Square Kilometre Array Observatory is a colossal project aiming to touch the skies. This international radio telescope is a collaborative effort between Australia and South Africa. Heralded as the world's most powerful radio astronomy facility, beyond mere exploration, the ultimate objective of this ambitious project is to delve into scientific inquiries such as dark matter, dark energy, and the formation of galaxies. With a history spanning more than 30 years, the Square Kilometre Array Observatory is projected to incur a cost exceeding $2 billion USD. Number 8. Central Place, Sydney Tech Hub. Next up is Sydney's cutting-edge tech hub, strategically positioned adjacent to the city's busiest transport hub. The cornerstone of this development is Central Place, boasting a substantial $2 billion in funding. The objective of this project is to entice individuals to engage in the 130,000 square meters of offices and workspaces, with a particular focus on attracting tech companies specializing in cybersecurity, AI, and quantum computing. Impressively, the Tech Hub has already secured a substantial $6.7 billion in investment. With a combination of private funding and minimal political opposition, the development is progressing swiftly, in contrast to certain public projects elsewhere in the country. Number 7. Women's and Children's Hospital. In Adelaide, the Women's and Children's Hospital has been situated at the same location since 1876. However, evolving needs are compelling the institution to hand over its historical site and start constructing of a modern facility. This complex will comprise a new hospital building, an 8-story parking facility, and a renewable energy plant to support the fully electric hospital. Initially estimated at $1.2 billion, subsequent independent and government reviews have escalated the cost to $2.1 billion, with the completion date now set for 2030. Number 6. Western Sydney International Airport. Government conflicts have been causing delays in constructing a much-needed airport in Sydney for many years. Because there's no space for more runways and piers on the mainland, they thought about expanding offshore. However, that idea got tossed out because it could cause congestion in the airspace, more environmental damage, and noise pollution. In 2018, the Western Sydney International Airport finally started getting things rolling, and $3.5 billion was set aside for the whole build. The first stage includes putting up a 700-meter runway, a terminal, and facilities to handle a max of 10 million passengers a year. Number 5. Star of the South, Victoria. Off the coast of Melbourne, the Star of the South project is gearing up to set up hundreds of wind turbines, covering an area about 500 square kilometers, almost 3/4 the size of Singapore. Onshore substations will then send the electricity into the national grid, powering up to 20% of Melbourne's homes. The Star of the South is expected to bring in a whopping $5.3 to $6.6 billion to the state and generate thousands of jobs. However, having it done by 2028 is unlikely since the project hasn't sealed the deal with a contractor for construction yet. Some estimates point to it going beyond 2030 before it's up and running. Number 4. Snowy 2.0. Australia has been a pioneer in renewable energy for over 50 years. Back in 1974, they pulled off the Snowy Mountains hydroelectric scheme, a massive project hailed as one of the civil engineering wonders of the modern world at the time. Now they're taking it up a notch with Snowy 2.0, aiming to break away from carbon dependence. This involves connecting 2 dams with a 27-kilometer hydropump waterway, acting like a giant energy storage to boost the whole system's efficiency. However, Snowy 2.0 is now at least 4 years behind schedule, and the cost has skyrocketed from $1.3 billion to nearly $8 billion. Besides the tunnel troubles, the global pandemic messed with supply chains and on-site work, leaving it only 40% done so far. Originally expected in 2021, the new estimated completion date is December 2028. Number 3. Australia-Asia Power Link. Private investors are eyeing opportunities in renewable infrastructure as Australia undergoes a significant transition. One of the most groundbreaking projects on the horizon is the Australia-Asia Power Link, set to become a revolutionary renewable megaproject. The concept involves constructing an enormous solar farm in Australia's Northern Territory, covering a whopping 15,000 hectares. The plan is to transmit 6.4 gigawatts through an 800-kilometer transmission line to Darwin in the country's north. From there, a high-voltage undersea cable would stretch 4,200 kilometers through Indonesia, delivering 2.2 gigawatts to Singapore, enough to power every household in the city. As of today, the revised plan aims to supply 900 megawatts of electricity to Darwin by 2030, with plans for further expansion to Singapore in the following years. Number 2. Sydney Metro. Sydney's rail system is in for a major facelift with the addition of 4 new lines connecting the northwest, southwest, and greater west parts of the city. This upgrade will take passengers beneath the Sydney Harbour, through central city stations, and even include a new rail line leading directly to the Western Sydney Airport. The Sydney Metro West Line in particular has surpassed its budget by a staggering $8 billion. This line has also become a political chess piece in election campaigns, with pressure on the Premier to add more stations. However, with costs reaching up to $703 million per kilometer, additions might be unlikely. Number 1. Suburban Rail Loop. Not wanting to fall behind in the intercity rivalry, Melbourne is taking a bold step with its own massive transport system, the Suburban Rail Loop, one of the most ambitious projects in Australian history. This 90-kilometer orbital rail system aims to link the east, west, and north of Melbourne with automated high-speed trains running mostly underground. In 2022, a Parliamentary Budget Office analysis revealed that the actual cost could be more than quadruple the initial estimates, a staggering $133 billion. This revelation prompted the political opposition to promise cancellation of the project if it wins the next election, redirecting funds toward healthcare instead. Well, that's about it for today's video. Are there any mega projects that we haven't included? Let us know in the comments below. Do give us a like and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.